Hi everyone, let's talk about Assembly, which is just a really great, fast-playing, brain-burning puzzle game. Playing solo, it takes about 10 minutes. It is really... and you're usually ready to dive straight back in, whether you've won or lost, to change things up or to try and improve your score, change the role that you're playing or the malfunctions that you're playing with, add in expansions like the glitches and the new expansions that are on Kickstarter right now. Link in the description, and there's an overview of those as well. But I mentioned in the playthrough that I'm a little disappointed that I ended up doing just the solo one, because I plan, and maybe one day this will happen, to do the two-player playthrough, because in a two-player game, you can, ask vague information about what's in the other person's hand, because to be able to play cards, the other player has to have that card in their hand to verify your command. It's like you can't quite speak to each other, and there are additional variants in this that limits not just the information you're allowed to share, but the ways in which you're allowed to communicate, to the point where it suggests signs that are actually based on sign language. Is that focusing right? Come on, camera. They're actually based on British Sign Language. To if you're real pros at this game, the pair of you are just going to be playing it in silence with these signs that we're not there yet. We're still struggling with limited information. But yeah, I bet that's an amazing thing to watch. Never mind to be good enough to play it. But yeah, you don't really need to know much about this. There are only 4 different actions. It's quite intuitive that you need to get the module, you need to get the pictures onto the cards with that picture. And yeah, just the basic game without the malfunctions is so easy to pick up and is so satisfying in the way that the classic solitaire or something like that, or games that expand on that, like SOS Titanic. Vote for that if it comes up. It's an amazing game. We'll play through that one day. I should have mentioned that. It distracted me from what I was trying to say. I think I was trying to say that, yeah, in those veins, it's a really intuitive, easy game to pick up, but it's also a really satisfying puzzle to solve. And yeah, I've said for many games that, just having a solo game where you're just trying to beat your score at the end of it, your score is kind of, it's a nice little extra on top. It's the actual, act of being able to complete the spaceship before the time runs out. That is your actual win condition. How well you did is just gravy. The actual satisfaction comes from you looking at your situation and weighing up, how many of these cards are left in the deck, what's going to be coming soon, how much am I willing to mess up to try and get these big combos going. Like my special ability was to be able to lock 3 cards at once instead of just 2, but just once in the game, and you want to get that used to be as efficient as possible. But when do you use it? If you end up with one thing in the right place, how far outside do you want to move it? Because when you rotate everything. So usually by making one thing better, you're going to make maybe a few things a lot worse, and it's all about trying to mitigate that and juggle that and try and get things in the perfect place. And it is just really appealing to me. I like puzzly games anyway, and yeah, I can see people being put off by it has got an abstract look to it, although having said that, a really accessible look to it as well. It's very nice to look at, but it's completely functional as well. Everything is laid out for you so clearly. Big text on plain backgrounds, very distinct symbols and colours for the cards as well. And I see that being a plus. But yeah, you can see it as just a pure abstract, whether that appeals to you or not. But it has got a nice little storyline that flows through this, as well as the new expansions. And it's got a sequel to it as well that is on Kickstarter as well. Completely different game, but carries on the story. If you won Assembly, you manage to escape the space station on your newly built spacecraft, what happens to you then? Well, you can watch my videos on Sensor Ghost if you'd like to know the answers to that. Yeah, I can see a few things that might put people off, but that's down to your taste, isn't it? Hopefully you've already seen the playthrough and have decided before you know what I think. But yeah, I really like this. And yeah, as a 2-player game as well, it's a really different experience. Although you're trying to achieve the same things, the way you go about it with that limited information is a really great experience as well. But as a constantly replayable filler solo puzzle, it's also fantastic too. Make your own minds up. I'm just rambling. I'll see you for the next game. Bye everyone.